Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Hello, Paula.
Hello, how are
Hello,
you?
hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good because happy Taylor Swift album day.
Oh
Oh,
my God. I forgot that was today.
oh my God. It's been in my calendar for so long now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. You have your outfit picked out.
I have
Oh,
my outfit picked out. I'm going to the release party with some girlfriends tonight at the theater. So
wow.
excited. Yeah, already listened to the whole album a couple times
Oh,
now. And it's
wow.
10:30 in the morning.
Wow. Love that for you. Is
I
it good?
know. It's very good. It's very fun. It's
As if
definitely
you would
more.
say anything like else. I don't even know why I asked.
I don't know why you asked either, to
You're
be honest.
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
But like, you know what? I like. I'm sorry. Out of any musician, like, I think her fans like have the most fun. You know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah,
so. It's just like a
yeah,
good time. It's
yeah.
just fun. There's so much to like just be ridiculous about, and like, it's just a good time.
I mean, you know what? I think maybe I became a bit of a fan after the last episode of The
The
Summer.
summer I turned pretty. Oh,
I mean,
can
that
we
song and that scene, it was like pure magic. I was like, that's
can
it, Taylor
we
Swift. Yeah.
we need a moment just for that episode though. Like, for people who don't watch this show, I'm
Ah,
telling you, like, I remember,
yes,
like, I afterwards, my husband was working during the when I was watching it.
yeah.
And like, I texted him and I'm like, I hope that you love me as much as Conrad loves Belly. And like, he has no context. Like, imagine that sentence. First of all, Belly, like, you're like, what? Like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, what are you talking? I was moved by that episode. Okay. Like, moved.
Paula, the emotions that I had in my body, it was like, no, no. I had to rewatch the last episode again because I was like,
Same.
it was too much for me to handle.
Hmm.
I honestly, I don't even know if I ever watched anything that like I was so hooked. Like that final episode, like it got me.
Didn't you just feel the feelings of like, being
Oh,
like young and like everything's on the line and like you're
oh,
just like you're so in love and it's like
yeah.
it, like electric.
Like when she was running, I,
Oh my
no,
god.
no. I was sitting on the edge of my couch and I was like screaming in here. And it's so funny because like JM knew how invested I was in that show and he thought it was like, nah, whatever, of
Of
course.
course. Yeah.
But like that final episode, like I was like screaming in here and I could like see behind me, like he was in the kitchen, like doing whatever, but he was like kind of like peeking because he's like, what's happening? Like, why
What's
is he
going
so
on?
invested? And like he knew like the names, like he kept saying like, oh, he didn't say Jeremiah. He would say, what would he say? Anyways, he was calling him something different. Anyways, it was my entire life for like the last few weeks of that show. Like,
Yeah. I made Steve watch the basically the entire like sex scene. Like, I mean,
well,
I was
yeah,
like I was like, this is like the most passionate, like, I'm sorry, like, you have to watch, you need to experience what I'm
yeah,
experiencing.
yeah.
And like, I think he thought that I was gonna like put on like something like super pornographic or
Oh,
something. Like,
no,
he was like,
not
okay,
even.
like, what are you watching? And I'm like,
No,
just watch. And he's like, I can see him like looking at me through like the side of his eye, and he's just like, what, this is what you want me to watch? And I'm like, pay attention, pay attention.
I think it's like the history behind it though that makes
It
that scene so much more powerful and like yeah.
it's true because I was, so my best friend was watching it, but then she fell off. Okay, so she
Oh,
fell off. I think she didn't watch the majority of season 3. And I was like,
Yeah.
text me the minute you finish watching the last episode. Go. I was like, you have to watch the last episode. Like,
Yeah.
please, please, please. And she is just as big of a Taylor fan as I am as well. Like
Fair.
so she loved the music and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have to go and watch this. And then she messages me. She's like, what did you really like want me to watch? Like, I'm like, she's like, okay. And I'm like,
Uh,
you don't get it though. Like you weren't paying, first of all, you weren't paying enough attention. Like, cause
yeah.
she was like working and watching it at the same. I'm like, no,
Oh, no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no. See, that's the reason why I watched it a second time, because I felt like my attention, I'm like, I missed something. Like I have to rewatch it to make sure that I got like everything.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my God. Yeah, so invested. And the fact that there's a movie coming up, uh,
Oh my gosh.
no. Mm-mm.
Well, we can watch it together because no
Well,
one else is
please.
gonna fully get it.
Yes, I would. That's a
Mhm.
good date. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I'm glad that you became a Taylor fan through that show because they did such a good job with the music, like with all of
Yeah.
the scenes and everything like
Yeah.
that. It was
Yeah.
so they did her justice for sure.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it was amazing.
yeah.
Um, okay, whew, back to reality.
Oh wow.
Um, what are we talking about today?
Um, so we were talking earlier about like mistakes that we made. And you said that you
Lessons.
had so many examples. And I know that I have so many examples too. And I think so. I was kind of laughing earlier, and you were like, what are you laughing at? And, anyways, we got distracted. But I think I obviously have a lot of mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned. Like, I'm not human
Yeah.
otherwise. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like my brain, um,
Forgets.
not forgets as much as I like disassociate.
Right.
And like,
Mhm.
so I'll give you a really, this is what sums me up pretty perfectly. And like, if my sister were listening, she would be laughing at this because she thinks this sums me up as well, like as who I am as a person. Is so it was like, I think it was third grade or fourth grade. It was fourth grade, and I was walking home from school, and this would make sense to you now based on the conversation you and I had this week around math. I was like, I'm going to fail math. Like, I'm going to fail math. Like, this was like, and this is back when, like, if you failed something, like, you're being like kept back, right? Like, they don't do stuff like that anymore in school, right?
Right.
And I was like, I might fail here. Like, my brain was just always that way. Like when it came to like English and things like that, I was always in advanced classes, like throughout,
Yes.
like as soon as there was advanced classes to be in when it came to English, I was always, because I was always reading and writing.
Fair.
But math was like so like I'm just happy my whole brain doesn't operate at that level. Otherwise, like I would need to wear a helmet. Like it would be really bad. Okay. So I'm walking home and I'm having the realization that like I don't think I'm gonna pass this. I think I'm gonna fail. And as I'm walking, like this, it's like it was yesterday. Like this like warm sensation moved through my body because I was like, you know what? Even if I fail math, Christmas is still coming. Christmas morning will still happen. I will still be there and I will still enjoy Christmas. So like it's not the end of the world. Like my favorite thing is not going to be taken away from me because I failed math. Like I will still and like I've always operated at that level that like
Mhm.
if something's happening and maybe that is like I think that's actually quite delusional to be honest with you. Like that's like not facing your problems probably, but I've always operated at this thing of like, okay, this sucks. This is not great what's happening, but what is the positive or what can I look forward to or what is like what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I think it's not like a bad thing. I think you're just finding that like it's not the end of the world. Like
It
there
served me
is
pretty well this
something else
far.
for me out there. Well, yeah, like I have a list of things that happened to me or like that I failed at, and I don't like using the word fail because I obviously learned something through
Yeah.
thing, but like the reason why I want to share it is because I feel like what we share on social media, obviously, what we see is all the success, like the successes of everyone.
Yes.
Like we're sharing that we, sold out our event in 3 days. We're sharing
Yes.
that we got engaged. We're sharing that we had a baby. We're sharing all of the good stuff,
Yeah.
but rarely do we share the stuff that we are dealing with that sucks. Like, and
Yeah.
so it can be very confusing and like depressing, honestly.
Hmm.
That's all you look at and you compare it with your life because every single person that exists on this planet is going through shit. Like, I think
Totally.
that's just, it's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to share a few things that, I failed at, air quote, if
Hmm.
you're listening to the audio version, just so you can be like, oh, like it's her life is not, that perfect. Like
Yeah.
there is things happening. Um, so I failed a course in university.
Hmm.
First time ever failing a course. And so it was the first, I think it was at like 9 in the morning, and I was just never going. And I was sleeping in instead. And I was doing the assignments, I was writing the tests, but the professor was very particular, and he said, "No, you're not. You're failing because like you haven't been here."
Yeah.
I was like, it was such a hit to my ego mostly, but like I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, I haven't been showing up. Like, I think it's like fair or that it sucks? Like, yeah, it sucks. No, I don't think it's like fair in the sense because I've always done the assignments, always done the
Hmm.
test, but like, yeah, I haven't been showing up. Maybe I do deserve to like fail that class. And I took it again and I passed. And I was like, that was such a lesson, like for me, because I was
Yeah.
like, you can't just like, I don't know, you can't just be lazy. Like you
Well,
need to show up, right?
well, think about that lesson at that like important age, right? Like you
Yeah.
are like honestly, when I think about that, like of course in the moment for you feeling that, you're like, but of course we can look at it as unfair. You're like, I understand the work. I'm
Yes.
doing the work,
Yeah.
but like honestly, like from an adult perspective now, it's
Yes.
like good on that professor to be like, you know what, like this is the real world, and like you
Yes.
actually have to show up to be held accountable.
Exactly.
Like what a good
Exactly.
lesson to learn at that age in that environment versus like at work.
Yeah.
You know.
100%. And so that was one lesson. I applied to jobs that I didn't get. That was obviously like hits every time, like, because you're like, why didn't I get it?
Yeah,
Like, right?
totally.
Like, it's
Yeah.
when you really want something and you apply to it, like, it's like automatically you feel like you're just not fit for it. Right. And so
Yeah.
it's like, am I like not good enough? Like, it makes you question everything. Um, but every time I was being redirected and I had better opportunities coming up. So now I'm trying to see it as like the universe is like seeing and hearing things that I'm not.
Yes.
It's just guiding me to like a better option for me, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to share something with that because
yeah,
early in my career as a corporate recruiter, like when I first got into HR, and in my previous organization in this particular role, I was dealing a lot with internal candidates. So, and the philosophy, I guess, around the internal candidate experience was to make sure that you're having a face-to-face conversation to coach them afterwards. So if they've been successful, fantastic, they're going to sign an offer letter, you get to have
yeah,
that conversation. If they're not, you also need to provide them feedback face to face, have a meeting with them. Okay. So
Mm,
that was my role very early on in HR. And so I'm dealing with people who have been, professionals for a lot longer than me,
mm,
in these roles. And I was having to provide them feedback on why they're not the selected candidate.
my
And
God.
at the very beginning, I used to dread it for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And but what I've learned, like that experience you just shared, even for myself, like not getting a position, but what I've learned also by sharing that feedback with people, it is a redirection to your point. Like
Mm,
I used to feel bad because, and in that moment, of course, you feel bad because to your point, it's going to be an ego hit, right? Like it's going to
yeah.
be something that
Yeah.
is like that initial news is going to land on them and that's going to feel like shit.
Yeah.
But what I've learned over time is that like it is just a redirection. That role, and this is what I always try to get people to understand, is you don't want to be in a role that isn't a fit for you. You can think it's a fit from where you're standing, but if we're
Exactly.
telling you as a group that this just isn't going to make sense for you for
Yeah.
whatever reason, like
Yeah.
that is a redirection for you, right?
100%.
Like, so I learned to not feel guilty about that. I've learned to
Mm,
like actually see it as a positive thing. And I would always try to have that mixed into the feedback that I'm giving them, that they are being redirected versus just like, yeah, you didn't get it. And here's why. And
yeah.
good luck to you. Like, I would always try to let them know they're being redirected for something else. Maybe something better is happening. A lot of times, like maybe, yeah, it wasn't the right role for you. And like you need to do some like inner work and like really do some self reflection and have some self awareness and take that back. Right. And like
Yeah.
that doesn't always feel good to hear, but at the same time, it is a lesson.
I 1000% agree.
Mhm.
I've also, so before the CPA was a thing, it was CA. So I don't know
Yes.
if you know, yeah, you
Yeah.
remember. So I started in the CA program, was not mentally ready whatsoever. Started that, failed module one, decided, I can't remember, I think I even took the test again, failed again, and I was like, you know what, let me just take a step back and like, take some time to reflect if I really want to do this, like what's happening. So I took like a year off, and then the CPA program was launched around that same time. So I was like, let me try again in the CPA program. So I started the CPA program, got through module one, got through module two. When it came to the electives, I took tax,
Mhm.
and I failed, took it again, failed again. And I was like, I hate it so much. And I switched my elective, took another one, passed a second one, passed the two capstones, and passed a final exam. And what that taught me is that it does not matter. At the end of the day, I have my, where is it? Up there somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, it's up there, yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's like, it doesn't matter. Like
No
it's,
one's asking you,
no one's
oh, did you
asking
ever
for that.
fail here at all? It's like, no one
Exactly.
cares. Yeah.
Exactly. It does not matter. If I would have let that stop my path
Journey.
and
Yeah,
my journey and not complete it, yeah, now it would matter.
totally.
But right now it doesn't. And when I meet someone, I can proudly say that I'm an accountant CPA. I
Yeah.
don't add at the end, I failed a few times, but here I am, right? Like, it really, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
But no, of course you can stand proud in it, but also like I think it is so refreshing to hear that because I know, I mean, especially in the nature of like our business that
Yeah,
we both work in, like it's people look at people who have those designations and are like, "Oh my gosh, like that's never going to be me." And but it is
yeah,
like it is really refreshing to hear like no, like you it's going to be a journey and you yeah, you might get through it unscathed, but likely not. Like likely not.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you do fail, like it does not mean anything. Like it's just you just keep going. Like you keep going. And like I my first marriage was ended in a divorce. Like that is pretty much public knowledge at this point. Like it's what I share all the time.
Mhm.
Um is it gonna stop me from, having a family and getting married again? No, it's not.
Right.
Like it's not like a life sentence.
Right.
Before having Amelia, I had a miscarriage. Like, it's life is full of unfortunate events, but I do really think that you have the power to dig deep within yourself and find something to learn about that unfortunate situation and use that to move forward. I strongly believe that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I had a conversation with somebody this week that was saying, I shared it with you, that it was like when you're going through something, like you do have to have a conversation with yourself of like letting your ego go and letting all of the judgment go of basically like we've always said, it's not judge. Yes, people might judge you. Like that's just the reality, but really like you're judging yourself first and foremost if you're concerned that people are going to judge you. Like you're already having that thought that people are going to, so that means you're judging yourself, right? Like if you weren't worried
Exactly.
about it, you wouldn't be judging yourself. Um and so like I think that is such a huge piece of just like moving that aside, dealing with whatever, and like let the lesson really give you the lesson. Like, but you have to embrace it. I'm just such a big believer in that. Like, just facing things heads on. Like, don't, because when our ego comes in, we want to like dance around it. We want to like sugarcoat what's happened, or you know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's
Yes.
like because we're protecting ourselves. But like if you're facing it head on and you're saying like, you know what, like yeah, I screwed up or I failed or whatever it may be, like, and that's even like when I think about that, like even with relationships, I was having that conversation with my husband this past week, like it's like uh, when one of us has done something that's like not great or like we've hurt the other one's feelings or like whatever, like something's going on, it's like just own it.
Yeah.
Own it. We can't move forward if we don't own it. And
Yeah.
like, so like I had that conversation with this week. I was like, you know what? Like yeah, I'm sorry. I screwed up or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? And I own it. And so now we can rebuild. And I think that's like with anything in life. It's like once you just fully accept it, you can start the rebuild process. But
I agree.
it's important because like when we were talking in the beginning around like social media and what we see, like it made me think of LinkedIn. And like nobody on LinkedIn, everyone's talking about like, oh, I got this promotion, I got this new job. No one's talking like, oh, yeah, I didn't get the job and I've learned a lesson. Or, oh, I had a performance management conversation with my boss today and I've learned something
Exactly.
new. And so that can make us feel really alone when
Mm.
those types of things happen. You just feel like that much of a failure because nobody is talking about those things. But the reality is, it's happening to every single person. Isn't that crazy? Like, it is.
Everyone.
That's the reality.
It's
Like,
yeah. It is, and if you believe that there are some people out there that just don't deal with that, like you need to get out from under your rock because
totally.
everyone that I know is dealing with like stuff happening.
Yeah. And if you are looking around and you're like, no, all of my friends are perfect, well, then they're not being honest with you.
Yeah.
They're not being vulnerable. That is the
Yeah.
truth,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Like it is that you just got to keep going and
Yeah.
you can't let these like events stop you from going after your dreams and your goals because it is part of the journey. Like
Exactly.
I just had someone a couple days ago share a story with me. So when he started in business at a very young age, he invested all of his savings into into buying products to sell afterwards, and he got scammed. So he lost
Oh,
all of his savings to that, and he called his mom, which she lives in a different country, and she's an entrepreneur herself. And when he shared that story with her, she like laughed a little bit and said like, well, welcome to the business world. Like, you win some and you lose some, and it's just part of the journey. Like, you cannot let that one event like define your path. Like, this
right,
is normal. um
right.
so it's like, yeah, like you just gotta get
You,
up and keep going.
exactly, 100%. Like, I think that just made me think of like, I remember like being postpartum and like I would be going through like a hard time. Like I would be like a disaster. Like think just, picture in your head what a postpartum mom looks like at her absolute worst. Like food on you, spit up on you, the whole thing, breastfeeding, kids everywhere. Um, and like I remember getting the feedback like from my friends and from my sister and being like, but like you're doing it so well, or you look like you're enjoying this, or like whatever. And I'm like, I just don't feel like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to like lay down and die? Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You got to focus on the good. And you got to just like, even when it sucks and even when you feel like a total failure or whatever is going on, like, you really do have to put that other foot in front of the other and like move through it and just be like, yep, today's a shit day. Like,
Yeah.
accept it, you know?
Like, you can't just hold on to the good stuff when your life is going great. You Especially when your life sucks, that's when you need to hold on to that good stuff and really
Yes.
like,
It's like that balance of not, it's that balance of accepting it, not sugarcoating it, dealing
yeah,
with it head on, but
yeah,
not letting it consume you either. And just like owning it, but also being like, you know what? Like, I am going to own, there's power in owning it. And then
yes,
being like, I'm going to, yeah, look for the good, look for the positive. Tomorrow's a new day, you
yeah.
know? But it's that balance. Like, you can't, like I said, you can't sugarcoat it. You can't tiptoe around it and then expect that you're going to learn something from it or grow from it or be better because of it.
Mm, 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 mm.
Mm-mm. Cool.
So if you're going through something right now, just know that you're not alone. It is part of life. It does not mean that you're a failure or not worthy of whatever it is that you're after. It's just it's learn what you have to learn from it and just keep going. So that's what we wanted to share for today. So
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you everyone for listening. If you're watching, thank you for watching. Goodbye. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And we love hearing your feedback. So thank you so much for being here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.